governor to continue to take additional action, and then we'll reassess kind of where we're at once we get a better idea of where the state is with respect to reopening. But things are looking positive. Mr. Willow and his team have continued to do an excellent job of handling an influx of calls or questions from constituents related to COVID-19, as well as scheduling COVID-19 testing at our drive-through testing facility. They've got it basically down to a science. I think things have been very smooth now for 7 to 10 days or so. So that's great. And I'd like to commend Mike Willow on staying on top of that and making it as smooth and as available to as many of our constituents as possible. This weekend, y'all were notified on Friday. The state of Texas, Texas Military Department, which is a state agency, brought in active or reserve. I don't know what they are, but brought in the military. Yeah, I thought it was the Texas National Guard, but it might not. It might have been the U.S. Army. But in any event, the team that was brought in did an excellent job of staging additional and separate from our drive-through facility COVID-19 testing. Mike Willow again was on the ground all weekend with them and had nothing but positive reports to provide with respect to how they operated and their efficiency and professionalism and so on and so forth. So thank you. We also had volunteers from the Beeville Fire Department, Sheriff's Office, and DPS monitoring traffic control. So I'd like to thank them as well. And I'm sure I'm leaving other people off. Commissioner Farias and through Sammy's donated lunch on Saturday, and then Republic, Pete Patel and Louis Alanis donated lunch on Sunday to that team of military personnel. There was like 22, I think, that were here. So that went over really, really well. If there's an opportunity for them to return for additional testing, we certainly hope that they choose B County as their situs for future testing. Our first day we had tested over 60 people. Our second day we had over 30 people. I believe that's true. In any event, the total number exceeded 100, which is good. DSHS, Texas Department of State Health Services, estimated that the capacity on a per day basis was 50 to 60. So in 2 days, us breaking the 100 mark made it not a waste of time for them to be here 2 days. So again, commend Mike Willow and his team and everybody else, all the unsung heroes that are keeping this part of county government moving forward, which now is starting to seem like indefinite, but there will be an end. I think that's all I've got for my opening remarks. I'm going to move on now to agenda item 6, public comment. Craig or Candy, do you want to, I don't know how we can get the guests, see if they want to say something. Just take them off mute.
I see Gina Brannon is new on here. Would you like to speak, Miss Brannon?
I was just here to see what happens with the dogs, the dog attack.
All right, thank you.
Do we have any other guests?
Hello.
Miss Rice, there she is. Go ahead.
Hello, this is Rachel Varela. I'm also out here on Blueberry Hill. I wanted to make some comments about also the dog attack. I don't know if I can do so right now or you want to call us in.
Yes, ma'am. Now's the time. Please keep your comments to about 2 minutes.
Thank you, sir. Yes, of course, first of all, I've lived out here all my life since I was 7 years old. And the dog attacks that happened on Sunday, on my part, should have never happened. Sunday should have never happened. Saturday, there should have been a swift police presence to come up. And I'm fully aware that the police did step in some sort, but they should have come and when we called again and let them know that the dogs were out there. I'm aware that the owner wasn't being told. He was saying that the dogs weren't his, and that they should have come out here. I'm just upset about that. The police presence out here, I'm upset about that. We don't have enough of it. This community is basically on its own. I mean, yeah, we do call 911. Yes, we do get response. When we get response, the EMS, police, they always get lost on our streets. Our street numbers are all different. Mine is 213, and my neighbor across from me is 153. I mean, yeah, I can understand with the confusion that they have when they come out here with a response. But if we have more police presence and letting our community know about the laws of the state and the laws of the county, and they know that we have law presence out here, I don't feel like we would have all this trouble that we're having now. So I'm really, really wanting to see if Mr. Salazar or anybody could pay attention more to that, so that way we can. And Mr. Salazar, you've always been approachable, I know, but we just need it out here. We're on our own. It's almost like old Western out here sometimes. So I'm just, I have questions and I have, other thoughts, but I'll let whoever else wants to jump in.
Thank you, ma'am. Would you please state your full name once again for us real quick?
My full name is Rachel Vargas.
Thank you, ma'am.
And yeah, I was, as a matter of fact, I happened to come up on the victim on Sunday. Me and my husband, who's Daniel Vargas, were the one that helped out the victim on Sunday, which I felt like, you know what, we should have never been involved in the first place. If Saturday had been kind of taken a little bit more serious, we wouldn't have had that.
I understand. Thank you. And thank you for coming today. Do we have any other visitors, public that would like to make a comment?
Ms. Rice, did you want to speak?
No, not right now.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
I think that's it, Judge.
Okay. Moving on, agenda item number 7. The following items are of an administrative nature. Commissioners Court has been furnished documentation on each item, and all such items may be acted upon by one vote without being discussed separately unless requested by a commissioner or county judge.
Move to approve as presented, Commissioner Haggard.
I'll second Commissioner DeWitt.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
For Commissioner Farias abstains from this vote.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. Hearing none, all those
Did anybody have any questions on the financials?
Everything looked good, Madam Auditor. It looks like we're a little below where we need to be, so we're conserving as we go, so it looks really good.
Yes, this is March, and so I just next month in April, I'm gonna have a little bit of last year where we were at, because we'll see most of the dip in April. You don't see a whole lot here in March, but you will next month. So everything seems to be in order on our financials and our investment also. The investment report was included.
I saw the text pool stuff. So we're still doing our reserves are still holding right now?
Oh, yes. Yes. And I've been in contact with Mr. Carter a few times this month, and he's been, briefing me on how our investments are doing, and everything looks, in line right now.
They like I said, studying them, it looked like the numbers looked really well, not super duper, but they look really well.
Yes, and like I said, this is March, so we just don't see a whole lot like we will in April.
Thank you, April, for all your hard work.
Thank you.
April, that was going to be my questions. None of this reflects our shutdown so far, right?
Not in March. No, Commissioner. I just don't see a lot of change here in March, but we will next month. We'll see it next month, and I'll have a little bit of background history from last year so we can kind of compare next month.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? We have one abstention from Commissioner Farias. Otherwise, the motion passes without exception. Thank you, gentlemen. Deliberate and consider action on the following items. Agenda item number 8, construction contract between B County and McDonald Municipal and Industrial, a division of CF McDonald Electric Inc. for tax office emergency generator project FEMA number 4255.015-RFP number 19/20-003. We have, I just was speaking with Ms. Estrada. The contract, we weren't able to upload. It's, I don't know, it's an inch thick or so. Mr. Willow, did you want to touch base real quick on this?
Sure, don't mind at all. The contractors have been out. They're looking at the site. They've already contacted Craig and the maintenance supervisor, John. They tried to deviate already from where we're proposing the gas line to go. Craig told them that they couldn't even get close to where his cable lines are, his fiber optic cables. So unfortunately, they're going to have to stick to the plan that we have for them. So, but they're going to be out there, and we're trying to get this shut down and finished by drop dead date for FEMA. So we're on track, basically.
Yeah, and that date is in August. The date is August 9th, just for everybody's information.
Move to approve. Commissioner DeWitt.
Second, Farias.
I have a motion and a second. Do we have any further discussion? I think it's great. Hopefully we can get this in and done and put behind us by August 9th. Hearing no further discussion, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 All opposed? Motion passes without exception. Thank you, gentlemen. Agenda item number 9, select an engineering firm to complete application and project implementation for the Texas Infrastructure Fund program through the Texas Department of Transportation.
Move to approve, and the recommended firm is ICE International Consulting Engineers. They are professional engineering service, and I know they've been vetted.
Yeah, I'll second that. And okay.
Go ahead, Commissioner Fidesz.
Yes, I was on the team with Mr. Willow and Ben, and they were by far the best company to work with.
Yes. And just so the court knows, ICE is also the one that's working on the generator grant that we just spoke about. And I just can't say enough about them. They're great. They're great to work with. They're very detailed, and they come to meetings very prepared and informed and inform us. And so I think it's a great decision.
Excellent. Thank you all. We have a motion and a second. We've had some additional discussion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes without exception. Thank you, gentlemen. Agenda item number 10, grant agreement between the Texas Division of Emergency Management and B County for reimbursement of COVID-19 expenditures. Mr. Willow?
Yes, Madam Auditor really appreciates this part. We're going in for a grant to be reimbursed for items, they call it B, Section B, for mitigation response. So we get about a 75% kickback from the federal government. So if we spend $1, we get 75 cents reimbursement if it's for mitigation portion of this COVID-19. And of course, by signing the agreement, we have to follow FEMA's rules and guidelines, and the auditor's office is right on top of that. They know, they remember Harvey, and we were very proficient during that. So it's good to go.
No drop down screen?
No.
Not this time, sir.
Move to approve.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Haggard.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes without exception. Thank you, gentlemen. Agenda item number 11, project expenditure approval, PEA, for Turner Construction pay application number 26 for the